Hi everyone, I'm Meg, and I was an ex hostel owner of Matchbox the Concept Hostel. So, when it came to marketing for Matchbox the Concept Hostel, we built everything from zero budget, zero AI, just me and a small team, and a lot of late nights writing captions, replying to guest emails, and just trying to make sense of review data by hand. So, no shade to that version of me, and we made it work. But looking back, I keep thinking about how much faster, cheaper, and honestly so much better that the whole process could have been with the tools that exist today. And that's what this channel is all about. I work in hospitality marketing and I want to help business owners, marketing hires, and anyone trying to break into a hospitality marketing role using AI, specifically Claude, to do the job faster, cheaper, and better than we could back then. Not theory, real tasks, real examples using a hostel I actually ran. So I won't just be touching on Claude, you will also be learning other types of AI tools that could possibly help in the process of everything in the entire marketing and operations. Just for this video, part one of a whole series, I'll walk you through Claude from scratch, using Matchbox as the example the entire way through. And if I had had this 5 years ago, our marketing would have looked completely different. So let's get into it. So, what is Claude? Claude is an AI assistant made by a company called Anthropic. Now, think of it as a very capable writing and thinking partner you can talk to in plain English. Now, for marketing folks in hospitality, that means things like drafting email campaigns, writing social captions, brainstorming promotions for slow season, summarizing guest reviews, crafting your 30-day social media content, even building a spreadsheet of competitor pricing. So you can access Claude in a few different ways. The website, like this, an app at Claude AI, inside tools like Chrome as a browsing assistant, or even directly in Excel and PowerPoint if you're building reports or decks. Now, for most marketers, just getting started, Claude AI, the chat interface, is where you will live. So this is Claude AI. So first we got to learn how to get to Claude first, right? So Claude AI, and there you go. So you sign in with your latest email and you basically come into this, right? So this is our interface. So here's the mind shift that matters, okay? So the one thing is to treat Claude like you're briefing a smart new hire. So not typing a Google search. Instead of hotel Instagram caption, try something like write 3 Instagram captions for a boutique hotels oh, weekend brunch promotion. Playful tone under 150 characters. Include a call to action. So, the more context you give your brand voice, your audience, the goal, the better the output. So, if I send this out, it'll start churning out 3 Instagram captions for me. Can be even better, and I'll show you how. So you can also keep the conversation going. If the first draft isn't quite right, just tell Claude what to change. For example, make the captions shorter, take away M dashes. Um, well, we're using British English, right? So ensure spelling and grammar is correct. And you don't really want to let people know that you're really using AI. So maybe you can say something like, oops, do not use common, must be my fat fingers, AI phrases, and go. So this is what Claude does, yeah? So you can see the the new captions are really shorter, the M dashes are gone, spelling and grammar is all correct, and they don't really use common AI phrases. So that's your first step. So if the first draft isn't quite right, like I mentioned, just tell Claude what to change. And what happens is that it remembers the conversation. So you're refining what you're doing, you're not starting over. So what I'm going to talk to you about right now, is the different models that Claude actually use. And if you can have a look at the different models over here on my screen, it actually says upgrade or pro. And why is that so? Is because I'm actually using a brand new account, even though I'm a Claude Pro user. And that's because I wanted to start brand new together with you. Yeah, but I really think it's worth upgrading and using the pro account. So do look into it when you have your free time. I'll touch on it in another video, but for now let me go through the different models. Okay, so I think a lot of people don't realize that there are different models that Claude actually has. So once you come in, you just start typing and you just start chatting. But I'm going to tell you the different four models that you have here. You have Haiku, Sonnet, Opus, and Fable. Yeah, and picking the right one saves you time. So it depends on what you're using it for, and also it also helps you to watch your credit limit. Okay, because Claude operates on credits. So right now you're gonna think of them as four tools in a toolbox, not four version of the same thing. They're just four different tools, and it depends on what you want to fix, right, or what you want to do. Okay, so let's start off with Haiku. Haiku 4.5. Haiku is fast and lightweight. You use it for quick, simple tasks, summarizing a batch of guest reviews, pulling keys info out of a long email chain, or generating a quick list of hashtag ideas. It's instant and uses the least of your usage limit. If the task doesn't require deep thinking, then Haiku is your tool. Sonnet. Yeah, Sonnet 4.6. Sonnet is the daily driver. And honestly, for most hospitality marketing work, this is where you'll spend 80% of your time. Writing website copy, drafting an email campaign, analyzing a competitor's social strategy, building out a content calendar. Sonnet handles all of it very well. And if you're not sure which model to pick, Sonnet is usually the safe default. So now let's go to Opus. Opus have many versions over here. And what is Opus? Opus is a heavy duty reasoning model. You save this for your absolute complex work. Now, what is complex? Complex, like analyzing a big pile of guest feedback data to find patterns, building a multi market campaign strategy from scratch, or working through a tricky problem in a live back and forth session where you want thoughtful answers fast. So lastly, we go to Fable. Fable is your top tier. You think of Fable as your most capable, your top staff in your team. Yeah, it's your most capable option. It's built for your biggest, most important projects. Now think planning an entire seasonal marketing campaign end to end, working through a dense brand guideline documents, or a task where you would rather describe the outcome you want and let Claude plan out and check its own steps. Now it takes longer, uses more of your limit, so save it where your project really justifies it. Quick rule of thumb for hospitality marketers. Haiku for quick, simple stuff, Sonnet for your everyday writing and campaigns, Opus when you need serious analysis or strategy, and Fable for your biggest, most complex projects. So, say you're the marketing manager for a mid-sized hotel group and it's a Tuesday morning. Your first task, you want to summarize yesterday's TripAdvisor and Google reviews into quick bullet lists for your team meeting. Now, that's a Haiku task. Remember? Fast, simple extraction. And what's your second task? You want to write this week's email newsletter promoting, say, a spa package. Yeah. So that's for Sonnet, solid writing that needs your brand voice and moderate complexity. And the third task, your GM wants a full analysis of why bookings dipped 12% last quarter compared to competitors. Now, using the data you're paste in, that's an Opus task. So, deep reasoning across a messier problem. Now, your fourth task, build a Q4 campaign. Maybe let's talk about content calendar, ad copy variation, email sequence, and social plan. All connected and consistent. That's a Fable level project, big multi part, and worth letting Claude plan the whole thing out. Same person, same day, four different tasks, four different tools reach for. And that's a mental model to walk away with. Okay, so here's a few practical tips before we wrap up part one. So, number one, start every project with context. Yeah, and paste in your brand guidelines or describe your audience once and reuse that in your prompt. I'll show you that in the next video how we're going to start right from scratch. Two, don't be afraid to iterate. Your first prompt rarely gets the perfect answer, and that's fine. Also, remember that LLMs may sometimes give you things out of the blue, so you have to check your work. and you have to check what they say. So there's no copying and pasting. It's a lot about talking until you get the perfect answer or the one that you love, copy and then paste that into whatever you need to. Yeah. So it's a conversation, not a vending machine. Number three, if you're on a free account, you have access to Haiku and Sonnet. Opus and Fable come with a paid plan. But for most people starting out, I believe Sonnet alone will cover the majority of your marketing work. Sometimes you hit the limit, then you just have to wait. But honestly, this can cover majority of your marketing work. But again, like I mentioned, I believe this is a, a fee that I strongly believe one should have, which is to upgrade to a pro plan. But think about it. So now that's the foundation of what Claude is. Honestly, you're now 5% ahead of everybody because you're watching this video. So before I end, remember to click share and like the video and comment below how when you are started or when you have started or maybe what you're going to do, what's next, or where you are right now in your LM journey. Now, in the next few videos that I'm going to share with you, I'll continue to chit chat with you, and if you have any questions, just please feel free to drop it in the comments below. So, in part two, we're going to delve deeper into hospitality, specific use cases, building guest personas, writing seasonal campaigns, writing your 30-day social media calendar, analyzing review sentiment at scale, and setting up a repeatable content workflow. Now, if this was helpful, again, subscribe so you don't miss this, and drop a comment with the hospitality marketing of what you want Claude to help you with. I'll see you in part two.